the meeting to order.
Yeah. At 4:44. So we don't know. Gene, do we know if there's any correspondence?
She's texted me. No mail, just community garden payments.
Okay, good.
So we got public comments.
Yep. And we still don't have minutes, unfortunately, but
We do have minutes.
we do.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Gene
do.
took minutes.
That's right. Gene did them from last time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The minutes are right in front of you, or it should be. I sent everybody a copy of the minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. I reviewed them. Let me just review them once more. Yeah, I think everything looks fine.
Doug, did you have anything for public comments, or are you just here to hang out?
No, I just wanted to make sure your meeting got started okay. This is one of the first meetings that I didn't host, so I just wanted to make sure that it came off without a hitch and you guys are having no issues.
Well, thank you very much. We
Thank
appreciate
you so much,
that.
Doug.
Thanks. So everybody have a chance to look at the minutes?
Yeah, everything looked okay.
You looking for a vote on the minutes, Bert?
Did everyone
I guess
review them?
a motion to approve.
Don't
I'll
forget.
make a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second?
Second, Marissa?
Marisa,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, forgot to have to say her name.
And so I guess all in favor, we have to, I mean, as far as a vote, we have to go roll call. So,
Yeah.
So I'll vote yes. Brett?
Yes.
Yes. Marissa?
Yes.
Yes. Ron?
Yep.
Okay. And is, I guess Dan's not on yet, right?
No, he's not here yet.
But
Yeah, okay.
Zach is.
Hi. Yes.
Oh.
Great.
Let's see.
And Dennis is aye.
Okay. So it's unanimous, all in favor, right?
That's correct.
And then, sorry, somehow I can't see the agenda, Dennis. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
hang on a sec.
I'll forward it to you over email as well, Bert, so that you have
Okay.
it handy. Just sent it to you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry to be so, I just got off another meeting, so I'm a little
Switching
discombobulated.
gears, changing gears.
No,
Right,
yeah, it's hard to have a few screens going on at once and a Zoom.
right.
There it is.
So, so we had a meeting yesterday, Dennis and Marisa and Brett and I had a meeting with
Randy.
Randy Brown at DPW about the signs, and it was very good. It's very, very helpful. We talked through the process. What's happening here? Marisa asked whether DPW would install the signs for us, and they said yes, which was good. I was telling Marisa, you know, for a second there, I was thinking I might be out on Route 202 with a shovel, but it turns out that's not going to be the case. And
As long as we make them easy to install by their
Correct.
protocol.
Well, Randy has,
Yeah.
they have a specific protocol with receivers and square,
Yeah.
what are they called? Square shafts?
I forgot. Yeah, some
I
kind of
have it written
special
down.
shaft.
Yeah.
It's got like an insert, I think,
Yeah.
that goes in the ground. Yep.
yeah,
Marissa wrote it all down, and she's going to get in
Yep.
touch with Southwoods, and Randy's going to help us with the permitting also, correct, through the state.
Correct. I'm also beyond Southwoods. Randy
Yeah, get
gave
a
us the
couple
names of a
prices.
couple of places. Yeah, just to see
Yeah,
where
right.
we can
Yep.
get the most value for our money.
Sure.
So hopefully by the next meeting, I will have an update on some quotes at least, so that we can begin to review that and get a sense of how much that would cost.
Well, I'd like to, we were planning on putting in a request to the Community Preservation Committee. I'd like to have a dollar amount on, at least a
Sure.
ballpark dollar amount
Right.
that is on the agenda. I don't know if everybody got a copy of that today. I sent them off
Yep.
the application.
Yes.
Any
Yep.
comments or changes or?
Yeah, I have, is there any particular, first of all, any particular deadline where we need to reply apply, or can
Yeah.
we just,
The deadline is Monday,
oh, it is?
Oh,
this coming Monday.
that's
Yep.
very soon.
Oh, shoot,
Okay.
okay.
All right. I mean, I'll work then on getting some quotes. I'll shoot off some emails tonight and tomorrow, or phone call a few of the shops to get a ballpark. If I'm not mistaken, Randy gave us a ballpark of about $300 some odd from previous signs. Obviously, the specs were different, but in the worst case scenario,
Yeah.
if I don't manage to hear back from people based off of the size and the type of sign, I mean, that sounds about right off of some cursory research that I've done as well. But I'll try to get you those prices then by the end of the week at the latest, Dennis.
Yeah. I think the signs, though, that Randy was talking about were smaller than the ones we want to do, right?
No, we're talking about 24 by 24 is what Randy thought would be good, and we talked about the ones that he was talking about that the Historical Commission are a little bit small, hard to read.
Exactly. And they weren't reflective either. So I think they were a different kind of metal. So ours would be aluminum, I think, and a different post as well. I think their posts were quite different from what he said DPW would be able to install quickly for us.
So anyway, this is the general criteria. You just check off the boxes that are appropriate for the project. I did that. And the application, I got a draft of the application.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
narrative read really well, by the way, Dennis. Well
So-
done.
The thing that we don't know is $2,500 a good place to start with. I mean, if you don't spend it all, you can always give some back.
Roll it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bert, do you want to be the contact person, the project director?
Sure.
Okay, keep that.
And I wondered, I guess Monday would be hard. I mean, it did say in one of the guidelines, that maps and visual aids are helpful. So,
Well, we could bring that to the meeting. We just have to have the application in by Monday.
oh, okay, yeah.
And the narrative I wrote up, if there's anything you want to change on there, we can do that. I plan on if everybody agrees on this, I plan on submitting it tomorrow.
Okay.
And you would use the ballpark pricing that Randy Brown gave us with our meeting yesterday. Is that what you would use?
Well, I put $2,500 in there
Yeah.
because I think that's what you asked for from the Finance Committee.
Right. Okay, yeah, I mean, that amount ended up working out to figured about the same. Yeah.
So if everybody's happy with that,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, if you don't mind, Dennis, I wouldn't mind going through. There's just a couple of places I had a thought about some slightly different wording.
that would be great if you could get that to me as soon as possible.
Yep, I will do
Like I
that.
said, I'd like to get it in tomorrow to give the committee some time, the commission some time to look at it.
Right. One, it's kind of a detail, but in number 14 on the bottom of the narrative, it says the criteria section is on page 6 of this
Oh,
document.
yeah, I saw that
Do we
too.
have a page? I don't see a page 6.
There is no page 6? Okay.
So that's a kind of a detail, but I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Okay, we'll straighten that out for sure.
Okay.
I might send a comment in as well, just about the verbiage as well.
Please do.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe something about this being also a recognition and celebration of our heritage as an agricultural community, but also like helping present day businesses too. I think making sure that people understand that's why we're doing this, that this this isn't just like a novelty, vanity project. There's an actual function to it as well for present day farming businesses in town.
In the actual meeting for the CPC is on the 6th, on
6th
May
of May.
6th, on
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
But
Wednesday night?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think the agenda's already been posted, but I'll make sure you guys get a copy of it.
That would
Okay,
be
good.
great.
Thank you. And thanks for putting this together, Dennis, and getting it going.
Yeah.
It's
How do we get out of this screen share?
Yeah, it reads really well, Dennis. It has a lot of
Thank you.
cohesion. So thank you.
and since we only found out we have to do it yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's
you
like
really
most
slept.
It's like most things, you come up at the last minute. We were hoping we'd get the approval from the finance committee, but anybody that was at the meeting Monday night will know that is absolutely not going to happen. It appears the finance committee doesn't think agriculture is a essential business or essential function.
Yeah. That's a good segue to our next topic here on the budget. I was happy to hear, though, that, when Art Pennell said, well, you should have a budget because you were established by the town meeting. So it's actually a legal requirement, so to speak, that we have a budget. And so I guess we have one now, but it doesn't have any money in it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to have some money because the money we have already in our rolling account, or the little bit that we do have in our account, will, instead of being under conservation, it'll go under agriculture now.
Yeah.
Can I just ask with respect to that, not having a budget and one of the line items in that initial budget being for secretarial services, how is that going to pan out longer term? I'm a little concerned about making sure that we have consistency with our minutes. Is Jean still going to be helping us, or how does that break down at this point now that we know?
That's a very good question. I'm hoping that Jean can still do it. The finance committee said that, these meetings are recorded, but that doesn't give us the ability to transcribe them and, to actually do the minutes. So, and we haven't done minutes in a long time because we haven't had a secretary or anybody really to do that. So we'll have to figure that out. But hopefully, it hasn't gone to the select board yet. I believe the finance committee is an advisory committee. Then it goes to the select board, and maybe they'll throw a few dollars our way. I don't know. We can always hope.
Oh, I see. So the meeting that happened Monday night, then that was an advisory. There's still an approval process then. So there's a chance?
That's correct.
I see.
Right,
Okay.
Doug? They submit their advice to the select board, and the select board looks at it. And
Correct. And we just as an aside, we just got out of a meeting 5 minutes ago before your meeting. The select board met from 2:30 till about 4:40 about reviewing our budget. And then we'll have a reconciliation meeting with the finance committee to make sure that we're all on the same page. But a lot of the personnel stuff and ag did come up as far as the budget. We took a look at that, and I know that we left some of it in there. I don't have my notes right in front of me at the moment, and I'm not going to thumb through it and waste your time, but we did leave some money in there. You're right, it is a statutory board for a town meeting, so it does need to have a budget, and there should be some money in the budget to fund the operations of the board. And then, so we did do that, and I'll have to look to see if what we did about the secretarial support. Because, yeah, we need that. I mean, yeah, these Zoom meetings are great, and they're recorded, and we think that Zoom's going to actually continue as a platform regardless of what happens with COVID, because we'll be able to use it as a tool to make the meetings available to the public that don't want to come down to town hall for a meeting or just don't have the time, that they could just join from wherever. But the actual production of minutes is still lacking. So we're aware of that.
excellent.
Well, that's great news. Thank you, Doug.
Yeah. And
I think the Board of Selectmen, I was in town when the right to farm bylaw came in. It's supposed to be part of everyone's deed that gets recorded in town, and they're supposed to get noticed that, that this is a right to farm town and that animals smell and you will be behind a tractor. And et cetera. And we realize the importance of it too. I mean, I've seen from stuff that's come in front of the board and other boards, you know, as far as ag use and accessory uses to ag use, those are always top of mind as part of a discussion. So you guys are doing important work.
Well, thank you for that encouragement. That's
Awesome.
great to hear. That's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, one thing that we've, as a commission, well, as me personally and as a commission, we've enjoyed the Zoom meetings is because we can do them at 4:30 in the afternoon instead of 7 at night.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think that's, you know, this new abnormal, as it were, such it is, you know, you can have meetings whenever you want, you know, because, you know, some of us are working different hours or not working or whatever. But even when things go back to kind of a modified normal or whatever you're going to call it, whenever that day is, you know, I think it's going to be, you know, to enable the participation and at least participation from you know, people can join a meeting from their kitchen table. They don't have to drive down to town hall, go into town hall and to take in a meeting. You know, under the open meeting law, you know, the commissioners or the members of the boards are going to have to do that because of the open meeting law itself. But for audience participation and citizen participation, it'll be a lot easier if you can either join a Zoom meeting or see it on Channel 15, what have you.
It'll get complicated once we get over 10 people in the meeting, though.
You know, we
how
had,
good the bandwidth is.
I don't know. It's interesting. I've been, and I don't want to take away from your meeting, and I've got a jet in about 5 minutes anyway, but I was on a Zoom meeting with about 600 people earlier this week, went off without a hitch. And Dennis, Conservation had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and I think I counted 19 people in that meeting, and it was very, very smooth. And frankly, that 19, I think, is probably the high watermark. As far as number of people I've seen in a meeting for the town. Selectmen, we've had 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 guests. It's not, you know, and you can see here, I can't see the whole list, but I don't know that there's any more than the commissioners on this meeting other than myself as a guest, right? So it's interesting. Hopefully over time you'd see more participation, at least observation.
Yeah. And quick question, Doug, in a meeting with 600 people, what do you see on the screen?
You see, well, this was, and it was actually a Zoom meeting. So it was, you got to see 9 or 12 small screens, and you could click right or left to scroll through the next 9.
Oh, wow.
This was mostly being presented to us. It was about housing aid from the state, and they ran it as a Zoom meeting instead of a conference. So literally it was, you know, one person presenting that was pinned to the screen and, you know, 400 other people, and they just muted everybody remotely so that we didn't have a lot of background noise and everything else.
So kind of like a dating app, huh? You swipe left and swipe right.
Anyway, but that's, I think, you know, even you're going to have, you know, even if you have a contentious issue and you have 20 or 30 people on a call, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And if it comes to it, we'll, you know, we can invest in, you know, something like Zoom rooms or something like that, where it's more, you have your commissioners in a part of a room and then your guests in another part of the room, and the people that are in the call would see the commissioners, not the audience, you know?
Yep.
But for now, this is cheap and dirty.
Yep.
It works.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you.
Hey, no problem. I've got a jet, guys. Thank you very much.
We'll
And
see you, Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
Dennis, remember when the meeting's over to send, either you can just let me know that I'll take a look for the recording and make sure it's there and get it distributed where it needs to go.
Sounds good.
And
Thank
I'll
you
show you how to
again.
do it. All right. Hey, have a great
Yes,
night,
sir.
everybody. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Doug.
You
Take
too.
care.
Thank you. You also
Have a
take
good
care.
day.
Well, that was good news.
Yeah.
Is there Wi-Fi at Town Hall?
There is. It's not working yet, but we have it. It's just not working.
Well, that'll be a good enough incentive to get it going.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. I wonder, it sounds like the finance committee and the select board will have this sort of reconciliation meeting. I wonder if there's a opportunity for us to provide more input, or if we just kind of let them do what they're going to do. Sounds like they're going to give us some money back. So
Well, it might be a good idea if we could attend the meeting, to be there in case they have questions like they did at the last meeting. I sat through the entire 2.5 hours of the finance committee meeting, and
Yeah.
every once in a while they call my name and ask a question about something. So
Okay.
I'm really sorry. Before we move on to the next topic, just talking about finance and signs, it completely went out of my mind for a second. But not too long ago, earlier today, I was corresponding with Randy Brown, just thanking him for his time yesterday. And he sent me a link about a foundation called the Pomeroy Foundation, and they help provide communities with free signs. I know that I think in the past, someone in Southwick was working with them to get some signs for some sort of historical purpose. So Randy said that if everything fails at the CPC attempt, there is a possibility to maybe reach out to this foundation. So
We
I don't
should,
know if they'd be able to help us a little bit, and then we can supplement the rest with the sponsorships that Brett suggested. But
we could probably reach out to them. We're still looking for the APR signs, so label it APR properties. That would be our next project, I thought, was to.
yeah,
That's-
well, the APR signs are free from Kestrel. We just
Oh,
need
they
to
are?
get like yep,
Oh.
they're free. So that's good. I think it was somebody, Mark from Kestrel. He just wants to know a precise number. So
Oh, excellent.
I think I'm going to start ordering a couple and at least
Get it going, yeah.
get it going. Yeah, now that I know that they're free, so that's good. Yeah.
Okay, all kinds of good news here.
Silver linings.
Yeah. Let's see, Brett, have you had a chance to try to reconnect with any of the farms that you didn't hear from for the brochure?
I think we have a pretty exhaustive list. I don't have it right handy, but yeah, I think we've pretty much got everybody that's going to be got.
Okay, great, great.
Yep.
And Brett and I were starting to work on cross-referencing that list with the existing old brochure that I have, so that I can start making the layout and knowing how many people to actually throw on there. So we're working on that on the side.
Super.
Yep.
Very good. Yeah. I haven't done much with the census of farms in town. Dennis did give me the open space maps and the land use maps. So that's good. And I just need to spend some time putting that together and cross-referencing where the.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky because a lot of those farms, a lot of those properties that are in 61A that, you know, theoretically are farms aren't really farms, or it's a part of the properties in 61A. So you really have to go through each one. I can send you the list of everybody and you can see for yourself.
All right. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
So a lot of people use the 61A status for a tax break, even though they're not really a farm.
Right.
Yeah.
Dennis, do you mind sending that list to Brett and myself, or anybody else? I don't know who else
Yeah,
might want
please.
that, just to continue cross-referencing that, because there might be people in there that we missed out
Yeah, we
for
just
the
finished.
brochure purposes.
We just finished double checking it with the assessor's office, and
Oh, good.
so it's ready to go. I'll send it off to everybody.
Yep.
It's quite a long list.
I bet. Just making a note here. I apologize. I have not yet invited Ron Hall to a meeting about the APR tracking program, but I will do that and try to get him at least to our May 13th, I think is the next meeting, next regular meeting. And if
Yeah.
not, maybe sooner.
We could have it anytime he can make it. Just shoot him an email and ask him when he can make it. We'll do it then.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do that in the next day or so. Here we go. And then I don't know about Farm Day and the Pumpkin Festival, if any of that stuff is going to be happening, you know.
Not anytime soon.
Any update on that? Like, does it seem like the rest of the 250 events are just suspended for now? I mean, September, it's changing day to day. I don't know, but any word on that?
Not that I know of.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's looking, we're still climbing up the curve, so I don't
I
think that
know.
we got to the other side yet.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm hesitant to even start planning anything and reaching out to people and kind of bothering them with that if it's not even got a
Right.
chance of happening, you know? Like I
Right.
want
Right. Yeah.
I mean, as it is right now, we're on. Governor Baker said the 18th, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 18th now, 1/8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but who knows? I
Oh.
mean, that's just like kind of a for now. You
Yeah,
know?
I guess it means it won't be any sooner than the 18th. And then if
Could be
something
later.
happens on the 18th, it'll probably be a kind of a gradual,
Right.
I'm just guessing, but kind of be a gradual
Yeah.
makes sense.
reopening.
Right.
So,
Oh, okay. Because the last I heard was the 8th, May 8th, and I was like, that's next week, but it's now 18th then.
18th,
Okay.
yeah.
They moved it.
That's just,
Okay.
you just said that a
Yesterday.
day or two ago.
I think yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday.
All right.
Well, maybe by September there will be a pumpkin festival.
Yeah, maybe.
And I always hope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the bar crawl? More importantly.
I know, right? There's still a sign down across from Gristmill, and it still
I
lists
know, right?
some of those activities
Right.
Yeah.
from early mid-March.
Shame.
There has been a lot of activity in the community garden. I want to again thank you, Ron, for tilling. Ron tilled it twice.
Oh, thank you, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
Fantastic job.
It looks the best that it ever has, I would say.
I wasn't going to have a plot this year, but I changed my mind after seeing how good it looks. Thank you.
I put up. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time we all talked together. I mentioned to Dennis the other day. I put something about the community garden on the Southwick Community Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
and I got 125 likes.
Nice.
Yeah, and we have 3 or 4 new, renters, so to speak. And I don't know yet if that's where they came from, but I'm guessing that's where they came from.
Yeah,
'Cause at least one
Probably good
person said,
exposure. Sure.
yeah,
Oh, you went viral in a good way.
yeah, huh?
I put it on the community bulletin board. Also, it's on the town crier sign, the gardening plots.
And actually, just a little bit of a tangent here, but on the town crier sign, it said, I don't know if you did this, Gene, or if you did it, Dennis, but there's a thing about the virus, and it goes kind of by, almost like by body parts. So it's like elbow, sneeze into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of good.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So you have, of the 27 garden plots, we have 20 that are rented. So we only have 7 that are vacant so
Wow.
far, which is, I think that's probably our best turnout. Although, also said Dennis, we had a really good sign up last year, and then a lot of people never showed up,
Yeah.
even though they paid their rental. So we'll see what happens this year. People, they seem excited about it. And all the, I marked off the plots that are rented, so folks can get in there and start planting if they want to. I emailed all the people who have rented so far to let them know they can do that.
Mhm.
Have
So they have-
marked.
They have numbers. They have numbers on them. So they're all numbered out now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, they're all
great.
numbered. Yep. Yeah, I pressed my wife Juliet into service on Sunday. We got it started, and I finished it up today. I haven't done the ones that are not rented yet, and so we'll see. If we do rent them, obviously I'll do the marking, but
Mhm.
haven't done it yet, just for time reasons. And there's some. If we don't rent them, I'm thinking we should plant some ryegrass or something like that to
Yep.
try to prevent the weeds or keep
Makes
them down.
sense. Good idea.
Sorry, Brett, what'd you say?
No, it makes sense. Good idea.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good choice of a cover crop?
Yeah, I like cover crop for sure. Yeah, I think rye would be good. Yeah. Marissa, they talked a lot about that when we went to
At
the.
the conference.
Yep. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'll look into it. What are good, easy, simple
Mm,
cheap cover crop?
Okay,
They did mention that. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
okay. Good.
But rye's good. Yeah, off the top of my head, yeah, sure.
And two, there's been a, Eversource has been doing a big project right here on Mort Vining Road with the power lines that go through. They've been replacing some poles. They're all done now. It's one of those
Yep.
things where they put down these really heavy timbers.
Yep.
So the equipment can go back and forth and not tear up.
Right. They make like a road out of it, out
Yeah.
of those big timbers. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a nice place to walk the dog, I have to say.
Sure.
A little boardwalk over there. But as they
Right,
were
yeah.
picking up, I noticed that there was a pile of bales of straw.
Yeah.
And my wife and I were driving by, and I said, "Wow, I wonder what's going to happen to those." So the next morning, she was driving by, and there was a guy there in his truck from Blue Rock, which is the
Yeah. I'm familiar with Blue Rock. Yep.
Yeah. And so she asked, she jumped out and asked the guy, "Hey, what's going to happen with those bales of straw? We have a community garden and we could use them." He goes, "Yeah, take them." So, so she called me and I jumped in my truck and went. So I now have 10
Great.
bales of straw in my garage that
Good.
Nice.
we can use over there. I'm trying to keep them dry,
yeah,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
So we can use them, either the gardeners can use them as mulch, or we might put them on the walkways, or,
Yep.
I don't
In
know if you
terms of
noticed.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, in terms of rebuilding the fence, I know you mentioned last time that was kind of falling apart. Now that everything is tilled, would it be a good time to start thinking about that? I mean, I know we don't have a budget, but we have the gift fund. Could we take money from there?
Yeah.
Or
Yep. That's a good point. And probably now that it's all tilled and people are going to start getting in there and planting,
yeah,
it'd be great if we could do that work before the plants get too tall,
Mhm.
right.
And we certainly don't want to be stepping on people's, gardens and stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
We should definitely do it. And I'm hoping that we don't have to replace all the fence posts, but every time I go over there, there's a new one lying on the ground, and
Mm,
I've braced very, very temporarily braced 5 of them so far.
oh,
That gate could use some work too.
That's
the
for
gate-
sure.
the gates, yeah.
Right.
If you let us know when you want to get out there and have a little work party.
Yeah, definitely. I'll help out. I mean, I'm sure
Okay.
most of us will. Yeah.
I know
People-
Dean mentioned that we have some money that we need to use by June as well. I'm not sure if that's the same thing as the gift fund. Or
That's
which
the
Dean
money,
can talk.
the money in the IBS account.
Is that what it was? Was it
Or-
specific to IBS?
I think so. I think,
Okay.
the PO with IBS, I think it's $200
Yeah.
that we have to
Think
use
so.
by the end of June.
Well, there you go.
Fiscal year. So,
Yeah, that would be great then to at least get a start on some supplies.
yeah.
Gene, could you shoot me a quick note, let us know if it's $200 in that account? So you can email me or just text me. But yeah, let us know, we can give us some advance notice so we can get together and, or get untogether, get together remotely there and help out.
Yeah, the posts are about 8 or 10 feet apart. So if we each work on one, we should be okay as
They're perfect.
in terms of distancing.
I've got a post hole digger if you need it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
yeah,
is it-
For the tractor? One of the
Yeah,
tractor?
right.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That'll make life easy.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
because even though we'll be pulling them out of the ground, obviously, but who knows if some are broken off in there, and
Yeah.
so if we had the
That'll go right through it.
auger type thing, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Gene
Great.
says, yes, we have $200 in the IBS account, so
Cool.
that's
Oh, good.
available at this time.
Yeah.
And I'll check and see where we got the last post. I'll check with
Okay.
Stan, see where he got those from. I mean,
Ron. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if we should kind of preserve them a little bit better so they don't rot that fast. Or,
Yeah, because I think they're only 5 years old, and
there's stuff you can dip them in, I think, that's not toxic, that helps preserve them for a while.
Good point.
Any wood underground is gonna rot.
Yeah,
Eventually.
any wood, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Ron, it would also be good to get your input when we're remaking the fence and the gate so that you can tell us in terms of tractor purposes how it's easiest to get in and out of there every spring, because I know that was a problem in the past. Like,
Well, the way it is now, it's fine. I mean, the
it's
opening
wide enough?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
for my tractor.
Right, okay.
Well, Ron, I think you're signing up for a kind of a life term on agriculture here.
If I got the time, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
That's good.
I did want to say that, I don't know if you've been looking at the Facebook page, but Diana Flynn has been posting a lot of really good stuff on there. You're getting a lot of likes, a lot of comments on her postings.
She's good with social media. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll keep her around.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I meant to ask, like, this is a silly logistical question at this point, but are we all sworn in officially? Because I think some of us were about to get sworn in April, right? In our
Yeah.
April meeting.
That's true.
I mean, we don't have to, I guess,
Dan and I,
make an
Dan and I,
appointment. Oh, you
Dan and
got
I
sworn
went
in.
down. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. Zach and I went. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe everyone did get sworn in.
I think
then this
we-
time. Okay.
Most of us are.
Yeah.
Let's just double check. I mean, since we're doing everything by Zoom and it's all nice and legal, we should be able to do that by
Yep.
a FaceTime or Zoom or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds great.
Thanks for bringing that up, Marissa. That's a good point. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other comments, questions, discussion topics?
We could have when's the next meeting scheduled for?
The our regular second Wednesday would be May 13th.
May 13th?
Yeah. But again, if we can get Ron Hall,
We'll do it sooner.
we could do it some other
Sure.
time. And then in past years, we haven't met in the summer. I don't know how we feel about this year. We do have a lot of
Yeah, I think-
balls in the air.
Yeah. I mean, once a month shouldn't be a problem. I mean,
Yeah.
Especially if we can do it like this.
yeah, right. Totally.
Has anyone
Yeah.
heard from Lanita at all? Like,
I have not.
yeah.
She's out in the fields. I know she's been out in the fields planting, so that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been in the
just
shop
wondering
a
if
few
we
times.
should schedule a later meeting time because she's probably out working daylight hours as a farmer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
some
yeah.
meetings we can do maybe a little later if we ask her so that
Yep.
she can join.
Sure.
Yeah, that's another good point, Marissa. Yeah.
As soon as I get my stimulus check, I'm going to go get my crop share. So
Okay.
Okay. Well, good to see everyone. I think we're all set. Now,
Yeah.
should we? Do we need a motion to adjourn?
Second that.
Okay. And let's see. I guess we got to do that in roll call too. So, Marissa.
Yeah, I.
Well, yes. Brett. You second. So, yeah. Zach. Okay.
Yep.
Ron.
Aye.
Okay, and Dennis.
Aye.
All right.